Hello, I'm Dennis Powers. I'm your state representative and so honored to be that, and just what a privilege it is to serve the area where I was born and raised. Just wanted to mention a few things this is a wrap up for our 2013 session we just ended a week ago, and wanted to mention a couple of bills that I got through passing. The first one was for the comptroller. It was an auditing bill, and it's going to help with audits for the state and local governments, that they have to report any kind of illegal or fraudulent activity. I ran that for him, and then I had 5 of my own bills that I've got passed this year. One is to deal with education, and it is the Tennessee Alternative Diploma Act. What it will do is provide an alternative to the GED. The GED got bought out by a British company, and GED costs are going to more than double, up to around $120 per test, and they can only be done online. With the Alternative Diploma Act, it'll run around $50, $55, and you'll be able to do it online or on paper. So we hope that will help everyone out as far as getting their diploma. The Cumberland Regional Business and Marketing Authority, we just passed it. That will allow us to compete with Knoxville and other metropolitan areas in receiving economic community development funds for our area. It will serve the Rome State Community College 8-county region. And what we want to do with that is to attract new business to our area. I did also pass a contractor's roofing bill, and it has to do with anybody performing contracting work over $25,000. They need to be a licensed contractor. This goes back to days of the storm chasers that have come here from another state and left, and we were not able to get them to do warranty work or follow-up work, so I hope that'll help take care of that. One big one that's going to be in the news here in the near future, because I'm going to have the governor come up and sign it, is called Lynn's Law. And it has to do with Lynn Cameron, the 19-year-old girl that was abandoned here in Caryville. And we're going to be able to go back and prosecute someone else if they ever abandoned a disabled adult, a mentally challenged adult like her. What happened in her particular case, we had to go back and refine the abandonment to be included in abuse and neglect. We also had to define caretaker to make sure that anybody had a contract, either implied or written, that they would be responsible for that abandoned adult. So the governor will be coming up to sign that act. And also the Breast Cancer Prevention Act, which will help detect, it's about early detection, early notification of breast cancer. 40% of all women have what they call breast density, and it's covered up by a mammogram. So this one's near and dear to my heart, because this was discovered in my wife over 5 years ago. They caught her cancer in stage 1, and they simply caught it that early by doing one extra test. So we want to make sure that everybody is aware of that, and that test is available. Those were the laws that I worked on this year. We also did a lot of things at the state level. We cut taxes by $43 million. We cut the sales tax on food from 5.25% to 5%. The Hall's income tax for seniors that are 65 and older, raised the exemption on them from $37,000 to $59,000 for joint filers. And our goal is to gradually eliminate the Hall's income tax over a period of years. We want to phase it out. We're also phasing out the Tennessee's death tax, and it'll be completely phased out within 3 years, and that'll be a $95 million tax cut. So our goal is this time was to be streamlining government and eliminating dozens of antiquated laws. We've dedicated more money toward business development, and we've allocated roughly an additional $100 million to the Rainy Day Fund. We've also funded property tax relief for seniors, veterans, and the disabled. On the education front, we fully funded the BEP formula for K-12 schools, and that's going to provide information technology also upgrades at the K-12 school. Business and workforce development, we've provided funding for the fast track and infrastructure and job training, and also to the developmental districts to help local governments. On the health field, we've allocated funds for 45,000 new Medicaid enrollees that we feel will enter the Medicaid force or Medicaid area because of Obamacare, because it's going to be expanded to that with new enrollees. Even though we are not doing the Medicaid expansion. Anytime you have a new program come in, you have new people signing up. They call it the woodwork effect, so we will be having new people on that. We're also going to be expanding the drug court initiative to help our local court system deal with that. And we did all of that while providing a 1.5% salary increase for all state employees. We also did a few other things this year that were unique. We limited all the bills that anyone could file to 15. So that forced everybody to be on a priority system, and we had the lowest number of bills since 1987 because of that. We also completed our business a lot earlier than we had in over 20 years, and so that always saves the taxpayers money when we get out early. We were also able to reform the workers' compensation laws and enact pension reform. So we're going to make Tennessee, and it's already the second best financially managed state in the country, but we want to be number one. By doing that, we'll attract more business to our state. We're also committed to making sure that everybody that wants a college degree can get one, or if they need a diploma or certificate from Technology Center, that funds are available for them to do that, because we want to make sure that people are ready for the 21st century jobs, and we want to get more Tennesseans back to work. Those are just a few things. Another thing on the education field too is we increased funding for student financial aid, and we also increased some upgrades at community and technical college across the state, with over $300 million provided for that. In the law and safety field, we had laws that dealt with prescription drug abuse, repeat domestic violent offenders, and synthetic drugs. We also included funding for the expansion of the Southeastern Correctional Facility, and also funding to address the increased number of failings in our local jails. So we're also dealing too across the state with human trafficking, something we don't hear a lot about around here. But the budget just reflected a lot of programs to help Tennessee business owners grow and thrive. Here are a few of those: the Fast Track Infrastructure and Job Training Program, which will help business across the state getting expansion projects and ensuring programs are ready there for job training. We also increased the funding to Tennessee's 9 regional developmental districts to help local governments implement new programs for that, to recruit new business. We want to make sure that Tennessee is open for business. A couple other things real quick. The income tax ban, that will be on your the referendum for that will be on the ballot next year, on the 2014 ballot. I hope you all can support that. There's been some constitutional issues regarding that, and some courts that have tried to say that we do have a payroll tax, or we could have a payroll tax. So we want to put that to rest once and for all, that we will have no state income tax. We also worked on curbing waste, fraud, and abuse. While the welfare recipients' EBT cards, they can no longer be used in adult stores or any kind of gambling facility or a liquor store. So we want to make sure that we eliminate the fraud and abuse in the EBT program. Another thing that will be on the amendment, or be a constitutional amendment that will be on the referendum next year, will be a pro-life amendment, which will make Tennessee one of the toughest states in the nation as far as being pro-life, and we hope you'll vote for that too. Once again, I'm Dennis Powers. I'm honored and grateful to be your state representative, and I look forward to being back in touch with you soon.